Welcome back to another video. I was supposed to drop a video just after Christmas. The reason I didn't is because I lost a whole memory drive full of footage. So I had about four videos worth of footage on there, of different repairs and different things I'd been doing, and I plugged it into my laptop just after Christmas and the whole lot was gone. So I have got I have got a video on the Echo SRM 222 ES that I'll be publishing because I'd already done that, but that's why I haven't published anymore. So today we're going to be looking at this Kohler Command Pro generator. Got this off some guy that takes my scrap away for £40. So I thought even if it's absolutely knackered, I could probably at least salvage the parts off it, because there's a lot of parts on it that are good. It's got both outlets, it's got 3 plugs as well, so it'd be a good generator. I sold my generator because it was just getting in the way, so I've got a space for this one now. I've already had a little look at it. I did take the carb off, clean that out, put it back on, see if I could get it to fire up. I got it to fire up and run. It kept cutting out now and then, so I think it might have something to do with the oil sensor. I think the oil sensor might be faulty, but there is another problem. We'll get to that just now. So the problem is, when I took out the spark plug, I could not turn it back in by hand, and I didn't want to stick a wrench or a socket or anything in there and start really trying to turn it, because I know I'd damage something. But let me just take this exhaust off because it's in the way kind of, and you'll be able to see what I'm on about. So we've got all 10mm. There's one 10mm just down there, kind of holding it. So I always take that off first. You can't reach it with the normal part of the drill. And then I just take the extension off, and then I crack them 2 off. There we go. The reason I take that off is because you just can't see with that on. It's impossible to see what you're doing. So now you can get right in here and see. So let me just undo this. You can see. Let me stick the light on just so we can see a bit more. There, now you can really see. See those threads? Absolutely knackered. There's 2 things I'm going to try now. I can by hand. Screw this in about there we go, about halfway, I'd say, just over. Yeah, so now it's about halfway and it's starting to get really tight. That's where it stops. So it's about halfway in, but it won't go any further. Thread chaser. I've got the set of Nielsen ones. They're only about £6-7. Nielsen thread chaser. Got 4 different sizes, so I'm going to try that. So all I've done is just put some grease on the chaser, just to catch anything that does come off. Now I should be able to get this started by hand, as the spark plug itself actually starts. So should go pretty well. Yeah, look, it's going straight in by hand. Now I'm starting to feel a little bit of resistance. Alright, so I'm just going to take this cover off because it's in the way. So all I've done there is just taken it out, had a little look, and I could see some of the threads hadn't been caught yet. So I just put it back in, gave it a few more turns. So now that'll come out by hand, the rest of it. Look, there's definitely plenty more chips on that. Let's have a little look in here. Yeah, so if you look now, those threads weren't great all the way down. Now you can just see they're much better. Any leftover grease out of there. That should be okay. So now you want to get your spark plug and just give it a turn into it. Work to put this plate back on and the exhaust and everything else, and we'll see if it's working. Alright, so I found the culprit. It is the oil sensor. Because basically what I did is I unplugged everything. So I had everything unplugged, started it, got it running, and then I just carefully touched the wires together. So wherever they plug in, I touch them together. So I touched them two together like that, and I touched them two together like that. And when I did one of them, it cut out. So what I've done is I've just took that off now. And now, when you start it up on the on switch, bypassing, so basically I've just took the oil sensor off, the low oil shut off completely. So now when you start it up on the on switch, it will start straight away, and then it will cut out when you turn it off, how it's supposed to. That's what's supposed to happen. So it's that's faulty. So at least I know this will run now, run and work. I think the revs need turning down a bit. Sounds like it's over revving a bit. So that's all running now. Turn the revs down a bit because it was revving its nuts off. So that's all good now. Probably sell it how it is, and I will just say to whoever I sell it to that it did have an low oil shut off sensor, but I took it off because it was faulty. So I'll just make it clear to them they need to triple check their oil all the time, or buy a new one. They're only cheap. I don't have any in stock, and I'm not waiting to buy one. I think they're only a few quid, so I shall just tape up those there and just tell them, you know, you can buy one. I've got the bolt that it fixes onto the machine, so that'll be up to them. But so that's that fixed. I'll give it a clean up and get it posted up.
My life is not an easy dos. I'm smacking bats on your knee when you feel my pops. I'm making you demons cross. How can you hurt me? The amount that I've damaged myself. I'm just immune to it, G. You need to better your your health. All while the world's still turning. Girls, I'm always gurning, not a throwaway, trying